Hey everyone, my name is Angela and welcome to my channel. I've been seeing replicas of the statue from the Legend of Zelda floating around the internet, so instead of buying one like a normal person, I decided to try to make my own. How hard could it be? The first thing I did was have someone else 3D print me a statue using a file I found on Google. I have very minimal knowledge of how to 3D print, so making someone else do all the hard work felt like the way to go. That's why you won't see any footage of it being printed here. The next thing I did was ask my handy husband how I should go about painting a 3D printed model. Through his hard work and research, and none of my own, I learned it's best to start with a primer. I have no idea how to spray paint, but common sense tells me that a few lighter coats would be better than one thick one, so that's what I did. I want to say I ended up doing about 4 to 5 coats of primer. I don't know. I didn't actually count. Math is hard. But if you're trying this out, just spray paint it until it's to your liking. After I was done with the primer, I let it dry for about an hour, and then I wet sanded it to get rid of any imperfections from the 3D printer. I don't know if you've ever sanded anything, but it takes for freaking ever and is super boring. Just do it until you're happy with it and move on.
2 hours later.
The next thing I did was spray the statue with a stone texture paint. Since I have no idea what I'm doing, I ended up spraying too thick of a coat on. Of course, I didn't know this until later, when I accidentally forgot about the damn thing, left it in a thunderstorm, and then had a freak-out moment when I realized all the paint washed off because it never actually dried. All of that was really a blessing in disguise, though, at the end of the day, because the second time I did it, I read the directions and the paint turned out a bajillion times better. I guess everything happens for a reason. And this is how it turned out. Next, I decided to add some distressing and moss to the statue. I suppose I could have left it the way it was, and just had a clean-looking statue. But that's boring and I like my stuff to look aged and filthy. I started with some watered-down paint to do a wash technique. This process scares the hell out of me every time I do it because it could look terrible really easily. Basically, I wanted the thin paint to go into the cracks and grooves to create a dirty look, and then I wiped away what I didn't want. I did this all over the statue until I was happy with how it looked. It might sound like I know what I'm doing, but really I'm just slapping some paint on there and wiping most of it off. Once I was happy with that, I took a few different shades of green and started adding some moss to the statue. Now I know this is paint and not moss, okay? I'm not that dumb. I just wanted to get some green on there in areas I wanted to add moss, so it creates a hopefully realistic dimension. I continued to put the green on the statue until I was happy with the result, and this is how it looked. A while back, I found some fairy garden moss for cheap at my local craft store, and I bought it because it was one of those things that I thought I might use someday, but really I just shoved it in a cabinet and forgot about it. Please tell me you do that too. I remembered I had it when I was painting the green on and thought it could add a more realistic look to the statue. Now be prepared to watch me struggle hardcore with this damn glue. I was trying to film myself and put the glue on with one hand, which wasn't going well because the glue started to dry. I kind of got the hang of it eventually though, and was able to work faster and had less problems with the glue. Everything is a learning process, okay? I am not perfect. I continued to do this around the statue until my fingers were covered in mossy glue, and I was happy with the final result. Off camera, I sprayed 2 coats of a matte clear coat, just to kind of protect everything I'd worked so hard on. And this is the final product. She's not perfect, but she's mine and I love her. If you try this process out, I'd love for you to let me know how it went for you. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.